Ooh, ooh, that well water is so good. Welcome back to Appalachia's Homestead. Welcome back to the channel. So much going on, y'all. Crazy town, crazy town, crazy town. Give me a hug. Oh, did you have a good weekend? You did? You're busy, aren't you? I know, you're busy, and the world's trying to scare you to death. I know, but you're prepared, honey. You ain't scared. Psh, whatever. Guess what I did? I went to ALDI, and I've updated you, honey. I've totally updated you on the inflation reports that we've been keeping up with, gosh, what, over 2 years now? So we know what's going on. So I have good news and bad news. So I'm going to get straight to this. The other inflation reports, the last one that I did, if you're new to the channel, the last one that I did was back on, I think it was February the 1st. I've got a new notebook here and everything. Well, it's not new, but it has all my, I changed over with my last information. I keep all my stuff in here. So the last inflation report that I did was at ALDI. I've been keeping up with prices. We are now, over the past couple of sessions that we've done, we're keeping up with 49 items because I started with 14, then I think I moved to 20. And then I took requests from you on certain things, so we upgraded it a couple times ago to 49 items. Yes. So here's the deal, Lucille. ALDI, same location. The last one was 2/1/25, and then we did it yesterday as well, and which was the 27th. Today's the 28th. I think I said today was the 27th on my last video. Oh well, I'll put the date. My phone, when I record this right now, when you see the little date at the bottom, I don't type that in. It's automatic. When you take a picture or record with an iPhone, it dates you. You can't do nothing about it, honey. It's like trying to get rid of that silver hair. You can try, but it's still going to be there. Let it grow. It's beautiful. Okay, so here's the deal. So we looked at 49 items, right? And long story, very, very short. I want to update you. There were 11 items that went up in price, and there were 10 items that went down in price. Okay, so I just want to run through this real quick, and I'm going to say the items, and then we're going to talk about the actual number itself. Ground beef. I'm going to move fast, but here we go. Ground beef, $27.73. It went up from $3.49 to $3.99. Honeycrisp apples, could be seasonal, has gone up from $1.61 a pound to $2.35 a pound. A lettuce head is still the same at $1.79. White bread is still at $1.39. Grape jelly is irritating at $2.59. Coffee is still 12 ounces. This is the one I've been keeping up with. Back in February, it was $4.95. It's gone up to $5.19. Big jump there on coffee. So I want to hit the items that we're noting going up in price, because that might be items you want to watch in terms of your preps. Okay. So we're looking at ground beef, certain apples, not all, but obviously that one did. Coffee. Okay. Note that. Crispy oat cereal, same ounces, same price, $2.65. Flour, 5 pounds, still $2.35. 4 pounds of sugar is still $2.99. Eggs have come down. So back in February, eggs were $4.67. They jumped up to $5.97, but I wasn't doing a recording at that time. Well, they've come down since then. So we've watched it jump from February 1st. It was $4.67, went all the way up to $5.97, a limit of 2 or 3. I can't, don't quite, which one is it? Which is it? Limit. There was a limit, because I did take pictures of that. But now it's $4.46. So a dozen eggs at a local ALDI is $4.46. Okay, there's that. So it went down. It went down a penny. That's kind of, no, it went down more than that. $4.67 to $4.46. If you go from February 1st to basically last night, but there was a massive jump in between, but they've come down and they've gone lower than they were in February. So that's where we are. I hope I didn't mess that up. Whole milk, $2.78 still. Butter's gone down from $3.99 to $3.75. Diet Coke, I know you don't drink it, but just go with it. We've been keeping up with things that people buy. A 2-liter of Diet Coke at your local Aldi is $2.74. Can you believe that crap? Okay, chicken thighs that are boneless and skinless that we've been keeping up with. You can find them cheaper, but this is the boneless and skinless, and that's what we started with. So they are still at $2.89, okay? $2.89 a pound. Cat litter is $6.19. Mac and cheese has gone up from 57 cents to 58 cents. Marinara is still $1.65. Remember when it was 85 cents? I have that on film. Don't get me started. Dryer sheets are still $2.29. Now, I have a situation with my facial cleanser, and I'll talk more about that, but the facial cleanser that they used to sell, this place doesn't offer anymore. They changed it. It's a little bit bigger, but it jumped in price from $3.49 up to $5.49, but it's not the same. So what I'm going to do is talk about that in the end. I'm going to add it in, and then I'm going to take it out and show you what, without it, because it's a change, I'm going to show you what the inflation is, okay? Onion mix is still 98 cents. Dog treats have gone down 10 cents from $2.79 to $2.69. It's not about whether you buy them or not. I'm just telling you the prices, people. Cat food's 57 cents still. Peanut butter on the 18 ounce went from $2.09 down to $1.99. Went down. Saltine crackers are still $1.69. Remember when they used to be like 85 to 95 cents? I know. Fruit cocktail is still $1.39. That's page 1. Going to page 2. Let's keep going, okay? Applesauce has not changed ounces and is still $2.69. That's 24 ounces. Dog food is still $1.89 a can. Canned potatoes have gone down from 95 cents to 89 cents. Mixed vegetables, 15 ounces, same ounces, is still 95 cents from February. Red beans have gone up. Don't know why. From 82 cents to 85 cents, your kidney beans. Canned tomatoes, however, have gone down from 95 cents to 89 cents. So you got a situation going on with your beans there, red beans. Your corn has jumped. Not cream corn. Now, cream corn was cheaper, but I haven't been recording that. Your regular corn was 63 cents back in February. 15.25 ounces. It's now 76 cents. So that's a good jump right there. Cake mix is $1.09. Chili is gone back up. There's my chili. $1.79 in February. It's back up to $1.89. So you got a little break, and now they said, nope, you're not. We put the beans in there, and beans are more expensive. This is why I make my chili with pinto beans, because here we have the canned pinto beans, cans they have at Aldi, their large 30 ounces. They were $1.65. They had jumped up to $1.65. They're down to $1.59. Honey at 24 ounces has gone down from $7.49 to $7.19. Chips have gone up from $1.79 to $1.89. Cheddar cheese blocks have gone up from $1.99 to $2.09. Tandle liquid detergent, 100 ounces, is still $7.89. I remember when it used to be 5 something. Whatever. Sausage, 16 ounces. The roll is $3.19. It's 1 pound. It used to be $1.99. I canned a bunch of it, so I know. Beef franks have gone up from $3.49 to $3.69. Cream cheese is the same at $1.75. Yogurt cup, I'm reading this. Your little yogurt cups went down. They went up, and now they're going back down from 65 cents to 59 cents. Heavy cream has dropped a dime from $5.39 to $5.29. That's for 32 ounces. Frozen vegetables have gone up again. I don't know what's up with these mixed vegetables, but they're going up. Maybe it's the corn. I don't know. But watch that, because it's gone from now 95 cents up to 98 cents. That's a frozen bag of little mixed vegetables you can make vegetable soup with. Love it. White rice is still $2.65. Olive oil is still $6.29 for 16.9 ounces. Tuna, a little can of tuna, now 85 cents. It's still 85 cents. And your mayonnaise, your Aldi brand, 30 ounces, is still $3.29. Okay, now we're going to get into what you want to hear. Because somebody's going to say, she tells you the results at 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Because they live in a microwave TikTok world and they can't listen to the data. They just want to know a number. I said that. Okay, so 11 items went up, 10 items went down. So the first report, when the comparison was from February 1st, we did this last night at Aldi, April 27th. Okay, long story short, when you did your totals, your April total, if you bought one of each, was in April, yesterday, $128.54. According to February, it was $125.65. Now, this includes that weird facial cleanser. Okay, that's totally different. They changed brands. It is a little bit bigger from 8.5 ounces to 12 ounces, I believe. So actually, I'm not exactly right on the math there because it's $2 more, but you're getting a little bit bigger of a bottle too. But for the sake of just ease of this math today, we're going with this. So if you went with that bottle and compared that just strictly to the last price, your inflation increase was literally 2.30% because you take 128.54 minus 125.65, you get 289. You divide it by the February number, which is 125.65. That equals 0.023. You multiply that times 100, and you get 2.30%. So with that facial cleanser, okay, that's what you're looking at. If you take the facial cleanser off, which I do at the bottom, off of the February number, and off of yesterday's number because it's a change up of products. So see, I'm going to have to watch that, okay? I don't know what we're going to do on the next one. I'm just going to see what's available. If that same product is there, then I'll run with it. But I'm just saying, if you go, nope, I'm not doing that because it's a different product. If you take the facial cleanser off of both numbers, February and yesterday, April 27th, your inflation ends up being literally 0.728. because you take that number off. So there is still a little bit of inflation from February's items, one of each, to today, basically 0.7, because you're looking at some items went way up, some items went way down. Coffee, honestly, was a big sway in that number. Obviously, we're not covering every item in the store, but we haven't ever done that. So this just kind of gives you an idea. So you're watching some things do some of this. You're watching a few items go up. Various situations could be causing that. But there are items, almost just as many items are reducing in price as well as going up. How this rolls going forward with the whole tariff scare, I don't know. This is why we documented that number now before the supposed inflation that's coming. Most people are worried about stagflation, hyperinflation. So this is why it's important that we continue to keep these numbers rolling as best we can so that we can still keep a clear view on what's happening to the average person, the majority of us here in the United States. And I think it helps you around the world too. So what are you seeing out there? What's jumped in price? What has come down? Again, you may not think that a dime is a big deal, but if you would take a dime off of this or 5 cents off of that or 30 cents off of this, but yet that goes up 40 cents, see, that offsets everything because at the end of the day, what matters is how much money you spent, the bottom line. Where are you? So yes, overall, we have a little bit of inflation. If you take off the facial cleanser of 0.728. If you throw in the change, it's a little bit more, but I don't know if we're going to roll forward with that or not. So we'll see on the next report, which hopefully will be maybe sometime going into the summertime, especially around by July 4th. That'll give us an idea. Although, I also want to say this in closing. In these prices, I do not put in if it's on sale. So like, for example, I know there were at least 2 or 3 of these items that were on sale yesterday. You're not hearing the sale price. You are hearing the price that's on the sticker. So when the sale ends this week or next week or whatever, that's going to be the number that you actually use. So I do not use sale prices, but there were a couple. I believe the chips were 10 cents off. Something else was 10 cents off. Usually 10 to 15 cents is typically what you see at most, unless it's a clearance item. So I just want to make sure you understand that that is how we roll with these numbers. So is it as bad as I thought it was going to be? No. Is it as good as I'd hoped it would be? No. But this is where we are. Like, subscribe, and share. Pray, prep, and be peaceful. What are you seeing out there? I'd be looking at my meats for my freezer. Beans. It's always good to have a lot of pinto beans. It makes the best chili anyway. Pet needs are still up. Haven't come down, really. So this is where we are. Let me know your thoughts. Like, subscribe, and share. Pray, prep, and be peaceful. I hope this helped you out today. We will continue to find solutions together. And I'll see you on the next video.